Eric back at the Naturopath. Thanks for coming back. Let's talk about probiotics and let's talk about obesity. In 2013, studies were conducted that found that there was definitely a link between the microbiome and how big a person was. They found that the larger a person was, the more disordered their gut function was in terms of the bacterial content. They found that healthier, leaner people tend to have a more stable microbiome than people who were obese, who tended to have a mixed mash of different species. So it's very, very, very important that you've got a good microbiome. Okay, it's more important than having a big bank account, to be honest. Okay, you can have $1 billion in the bank, but if you've got a really crappy digestive system, you're not going to last the week out. So all that money's going to buy you what? You can buy Greenland, you can buy anything you want, but you can't buy a good gut. You've got to develop that gut with your lifestyle and your diet. So ample studies now show that there is definitely a link between the microbiome, our bacteria in here, and obesity. We can't say it's the cause, but we can definitely see there's an association between the two. Okay? For example, we can't say that a fire truck causes a fire, but we can definitely say there's association. Every time we see a fire truck, there's something going on there. Those two guys get on well together. Well, we see the same with the disordered bowel and dysbiosis and obesity. Okay? We can't say that it caused the obesity, but the association is strong. And over the years, it will come out more and more and more. For example, Lactobacillus rhamnosus, one of my favorite lactobacillus, has definitely been linked now with several smaller studies. I think it's even published in the British Journal of Nutrition. It's actually published there that it aids in weight loss. So it's one of the reasons also why I like Lactobacillus rhamnosus, because it stabilizes the gut. It powerfully improves the immune response in the gut, helps to drive down many different species of bad bacteria and yeasts. And I put that one in my Candida Restore for that reason, because I looked at the research behind Lactobacillus rhamnosus, so I know it's a good one. So there's no doubt about it. The feedback I get from people who remain on probiotics, particularly women tend to lose a little bit more weight, I find, faster on a probiotic than a male does. Don't know why, but I've just noticed that association, and the studies also back that up. Maybe it's because women take the supplements more regularly, or women aren't downing a can of beer in front of football, 5 or 6 nights a week or whatever. But there'd be some kind of a reason going on there. I'm sounding really sexist now, and I better stop. So, but the association is certainly there. Okay. So the question is, can probiotics help you lose weight? I think they can. But remember, the 4 things that they also discovered, interesting, when a person went from lean to obese, they found these 4 key factors to be very, very interesting. Increased caloric value of the diet, so the person just ate more food basically. The inclusion of artificial sweeteners in the diet, which is also now linked to increased incidence of stroke and obesity. So if you're drinking, if you're having artificials in your sugar, if you're having artificial sugars in your diet, you need beating around the head with a soft object, okay, like a pillow or something. So the artificial sweeteners, the higher calories, and the other one was a disrupted diurnal rhythm. Okay, so a person who's not sleeping properly or they're shift working. Okay, these sorts of people have a big problem often maintaining good body weight. So if you have got a body issue, a size issue, and you're a shift worker, it's probably time that you got rid of that job, because it could be slowly killing you. Right? So these are the factors. Just too much food, artificial sweeteners. Let me just look. There was one more thing I was looking up in the paper, and it was a high-fat diet. That was it. It was a high-fat diet. So if you're going to consume too much fat in your diet, regardless, you're going to shift your gut into another state. Okay. So, that says something for people on a carnivore diet, eating lots of meat and lots of fat. It's going to change your gut. It may not change it for the first 2 weeks, okay? Although I do get feedback from people on those diets that their bowel really plays up in the first month. They get either constipation or diarrhea. So that's really altering the microbiome. So it can't be that healthy long term, all right? So take a probiotic. If you've got a weight issue, make sure that you take a probiotic on a regular basis, because it could make a big difference. Make sure you get sleep. Okay, get plenty of sleep. Cut the high-fat diet down. You don't want lots of fat in your diet, coconut fat or crap like that. Small amounts are good, all right? And also reduce your food intake. It's basic stuff. The last thing I'll leave you with is to complement the probiotic is the prebiotic foods in your diet, which I've spoken about many times on this channel. Just do a search for it, prebiotic foods. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to click on the link if you want my free paper. Thank you.